This episode is brought to you by Monkey Nutrition. Booty, because you tweeted something out about this, and I want to talk about this too. You tweeted, quote, is it the law that all pop songs have to talk about booty these days?
Yeah.
And, you know, funny enough, I saw a recent video released by Iggy Azalea and J-Lo.
Yeah.
And we can get on to the rest of the booty videos, that's fine. But
that's the one that made me tweet it, though.
Oh, okay.
That's the video that made me say that.
I didn't know that. So I saw that video that came out. Now, I heard about Iggy about 6 months ago, and I'm a fan of Fancy, and I'm a fan of Work. I like the videos. I kind of like her message. I feel like she's kind of empowering in a certain way. Okay, you might hate me. That's okay.
No, I don't hate you.
But then when I saw this J-Lo thing, I was like waiting for the joke, because a lot of her videos there's a joke, or that she's making fun of something, and I was like, okay, I'm giving this. Okay, where's the joke? Okay, I'm like, you can't be serious. We're not really doing this show, especially. And I was expecting a little more from Iggy, because I thought she was bringing something a little new. Am I just an old man ranting? Or what's going on?
Well, then I'm an old woman if you're an old man.
Why does Iggy have to do this? Why does J-Lo have to do this? She's very accomplished. Why do we have to put booties up there and talk about that?
It's so funny, because the first thing that came out was the Nicki Minaj video with the I Like Big Butts sample.
Yeah, the Anaconda. Yeah, I watched that today just in preparation for this song.
When I saw Anaconda, I thought to myself, do you know what? This woman has outsold Michael Jackson album sales this year. She came from the hood. She's still tongue. She's a caricature of herself. You know what I mean? And she's using a song that initially was derogatory to women to bring it back and empower. So I understand that to an extent. I'm kind of like, you know what, Nicki Minaj, go true, girl, because it's funny still, and the video is still.
And she is parodizing herself in the video, right? She's not taking it seriously.
Exactly my point.
Right, okay.
But this is what happens in popular music. When something is popular, then there's a surgence of videos that are similar or imitating this, or thinking, you know, because that's a trend, let's jump on it. So that's where I think people like Iggy go wrong. Now, the woman, as far as I'm concerned, it's not my kind of thing, not bringing her down in any way. It's something for everyone. If that's what they want to listen to, absolutely. But what upset me was more jumping on something. You don't need to. You're already a very successful artist, you know? And more to the point is that what Nicki was doing or is doing is very different to the journey of all these other women. So empowerment, I'm all down for it. You want to get your bum out, you want to get your boobs out, do whatever you want, because it's coming back around now. And if you want to be empowered by that, that's just not my cup of tea, because I'm a bit shy when it comes to that stuff. But
it's coming back around. You mean that it's becoming empowering?
Yes, that women are reclaiming. They're reclaiming it. You know. But I didn't. Yeah, I just didn't see the need for someone like J-Lo to do. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that, especially with the fact that they're so lucky to be in a position where people look up to them and people listen to what they're saying. So you want to trivialize it, that's fine. But then, like you say, make sure that it's felt that it's a parody, that's a trivialization, as opposed to making it like, this is me, I'm back now, and check out the song that I can't. It's upsetting, yeah.
Maybe this is like an April Fool's joke we don't know yet.
Maybe.
Because I couldn't even watch the rest of the video. I was just like, come on.
I know.
Because I have respect for what J-Lo did for back in the day and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so she's kind of like an icon. And then Iggy's kind of on her way up, and she's got some messages there that I like. They're empowering women. If it wasn't for some of the words in her lyrics, I would like my 10-year-old to watch some of it, because she takes the power, and then she knows she can parody as well with things like Fancy. And then they just did a train wreck. So shame on you, Iggy and J-Lo.
There you go. And also,
bring it back.
I have to tell you, Brian, I work with. I write with a lot of talented artists, and you know, there's a young man in particular, Kieran Allen, and a young lady called Sona Relay, and they are incredible. They're both from the UK, but they're doing the whole American thing in terms of like their output. They're over in LA all the time, songwriting and stuff like that, and they're good kids, and they have a good message, and they still can be sexy, and they can be outspoken, and they write and they sing and they dance and they look beautiful. And I think to myself, that space is being taken up by people who are misusing it, when there are people that are ready and hungry and real. It's coming back around, and I just feel, you know what, if I can make it my mission to make sure that those kids replace what's going on, it's my one-woman mission.
Don't miss London Real. Subscribe now. This week on London Real, we have the English rapper, poet, and journalist, Akala.
Hate by the pound surrounds my reflection. I do this for my own protection. connection. If I didn't go to Pan-African Saturday School, if I didn't grow up in the Hackney Empire, if I didn't listen to Wu-Tang Forever or read the autobiography of Malcolm X when I was 9, would I be the person I am today? Probably not.
One too many man that could have been doctors, end up spending the whole life boxed up.
Hip-hop was my life, it was something I lived, I loved interacting with it, I wrote lyrics every day, I was in battles.
Cause to me, all they do is breed conflict.
First time I saw someone get stabbed, I was 12 and it was a little poke, it was a meat cleaver in the back of a guy's head. I had other teachers that felt that a person from my racial, cultural, economic background, and certainly from my socio-economic background, should not have been top of the class. These were guys who were doing well in the street, but they'd spent so much of their life in and out of prison, etc. But they were like, you don't want to be like us. You know, you're clever. In fact, if you drop out of school, we're going to give you a hiding.
Yeah, they say you are British, and that lovely patriotism they feed you. But in reality, you have more in common with immigrants than with your leaders.
If the music is good enough, if the visual is good enough, if your online interaction is decent, you can keep your integrity and have a career.
If we're honest, true strength is the strength to be honest.
Ultimately, any power structure in the world wants to stay powerful.
On Sunday, London Real presents Akala. Knowledge is power.
It's fear, but at 20 you can't admit it's fear.